Welcome to this deep dive, where we try to pull out the key insights from all the noise out there.
Glad to be here.
Today, we're zeroing in on something pretty critical in developer tools. It's the growing role of artificial intelligence in security.
Yeah, that's right.
We've talked before about AI in coding, testing, even project management. Now we're looking at how it protects the things we actually build.
Exactly. And systems are just getting so complex, aren't they? The threats, too.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not really if AI gets involved in security anymore. It's more about how much it's going to reshape things.
Right. And we're drawing insights mainly from The Rise of DevTools AI, episode 8 for this.
That's the one. Gives a good overview.
So our goal for you listening today is pretty simple. Give you a clear picture of how AI is changing security within DevTools.
We'll hit the benefits, the challenges, too, and maybe where it's all heading.
Without getting lost in, super technical jargon, hopefully.
We'll try.
Okay, so let's kick off with AI in vulnerability scanning. This feels like a really natural next step from using AI in code analysis, doesn't it?
It really does. It's taking that same analytical power we've seen used to understand code logic and applying it specifically to find security weaknesses. The kinds of things traditional methods sometimes struggle with.
Like what sort of things?
Well, think about finding, say, SQL injection points or cross-site scripting flaws in a massive code base.
Oh yeah, manually that takes ages.
Exactly. It's painstaking. And honestly, even skilled people can miss things. It happens.
So the AI scanners, they can just churn through all that code much faster.
Incredibly quickly.
Yeah.
They can spot those subtle patterns that might indicate a vulnerability, things a human eye might just gloss over. It's almost like having a security reviewer that's, always on and super thorough.
Okay, but speed isn't everything, right? Does it just give you a massive list of potential problems?
That's where it gets smarter. It's not just about finding potential issues. The AI can actually prioritize them.
Prioritize. How?
By assessing the likely impact. How severe is it? How easy is it to exploit? It looks at context, like where the flaw is, what an attacker could gain.
I see. So it helps teams focus.
Precisely. Instead of a giant, overwhelming list, you get guidance on where to put your effort first. Few the biggest risks. That's huge for efficiency.
Yeah, finding the right problems to fix first makes a big difference. Okay, so that's finding flaws in the kind itself. What about active threats? Real-time detection. That sounds more proactive.
It is. It's a shift from just reacting after something bad happens. AI allows for this continuous monitoring.
Monitoring what exactly?
Network traffic, system logs, user behavior. Basically establishing a baseline of what's normal for the system.
Okay, got it. So it learns how people usually log in, maybe where from, that kind of thing.
You got it. And then here's the clever part. If it suddenly sees something weird, something that deviates from that baseline.
Like a whole bunch of login attempts from somewhere totally unexpected.
Exactly. Or maybe a weird spike in failed logins or unusual data access patterns. The AI flags that anomaly, says, hey, this looks suspicious.
And it does this quickly.
Instantly. And that's the key, speed. And potentially automated response.
So it doesn't just tell someone, it could actually do something.
Potentially, yeah. It could trigger high-priority alerts or even automatically block access from that suspicious IP address, for example.
Wow.
It can neutralize a threat before it escalates, sometimes before a human team even sees the alert. Humans just can't watch everything at that speed 24/7.
Makes sense. But the source material also mentioned it's not all good news, right? This idea of adversarial AI.
Yeah, that's the flip side, a crucial one.
So the bad guys are using AI too.
They absolutely are exploring it. Just as we build AI defenses, malicious actors are figuring out how to use AI for attacks. It's creating this, you called it earlier.
An arms race.
An AI arms race in cybersecurity. Defenses constantly have to adapt.
Okay, give me an example. How would they use AI?
Well, think about phishing emails. The ones trying to trick you into clicking a bad link or giving up passwords.
Yeah, often they're kind of obvious. Bad grammar, weird requests.
Right. But imagine AI generating those emails. They could be perfectly written, highly personalized, maybe referencing recent public activity of yours.
Yeah.
Much, much harder to spot as fakes.
Okay, that's scary. What else?
Malware itself. We're seeing malware that uses AI techniques to learn and adapt after it infects a system.
How?
To evade detection. It might analyze the security software running, change its own code or behavior to stay hidden. Traditional defenses relying on known signatures can struggle against that.
So our AI defenses need to be smart enough not just to spot known attacks, but also these new adaptive ones.
Exactly. They need to recognize novel strategies, things they haven't seen before. It's a constant game of cat and mouse.
So looking ahead then, given this arms race, where does AI and security go from here? Deeper integration.
Almost certainly. Deeper into the entire software development lifecycle, I'd say.
How?
Well, we'll likely see more tools that help developers write secure code right from the start. Think of it like a security-focused co-pilot or pair programmer.
Yeah, that idea was mentioned. Getting instant feedback on security as you type code.
Right. It could flag potential issues in real time. Hey, that function you just wrote might be vulnerable to X.
That could prevent so many problems downstream.
Absolutely. And beyond the coding itself, think about threat intelligence.
Okay.
AI-powered platforms analyzing just vast amounts of data, attack reports, vulnerability disclosures, chatter on hacker forums to spot emerging trends and even predict future attack vectors. It's about becoming more proactive, more anticipatory.
Trying to see what's coming next, not just reacting to what's happening now, a more strategic approach?
That's the goal.
Okay, but this heavy reliance on AI, it brings up other questions too, doesn't it? Ethical ones.
It definitely does. We need to think about those carefully.
Like, what happens if an AI security system makes a mistake? Maybe it blocks legitimate traffic, or worse, misses a real attack. Who's accountable then?
That's a huge question. Accountability is complex when decisions are automated. And then there's bias.
Bias. Insecurity AI.
Sure. We need to ensure these tools aren't, say, unfairly flagging activity from certain regions or certain types of users based on biased training data. Transparency is key, too.
Being able to understand why the AI made a certain decision.
Exactly. Explainability. If an AI blocks something, we need to know why. And of course, data privacy. These systems analyze a lot of data, potentially sensitive data. How do we protect privacy while enhancing security?
Lots to consider there beyond just the tech itself.
Definitely. It's not just about capability, it's about responsible implementation.
Okay, so let's try and summarize. AI offers, well, really powerful tools for security in the dev space. Better vulnerability scanning, faster real-time detection.
Yeah, significant potential to strengthen defenses, automate tedious tasks, make things more robust overall. But yeah, it's not a silver bullet. The threats are evolving too, using the same AI technology. It's a dynamic landscape.
A constantly moving target. We need ongoing innovation, both in the AI defenses and how we, manage them ethically and responsibly.
Absolutely. Understanding both sides, the power and the peril, is crucial.
So, a final thought for you listening. Considering that both the attacks and the defenses are getting smarter, powered by AI, what kind of fundamental changes do you think we'll need in our security strategies overall? How do we actually stay ahead in the long term?
That's the big question, isn't it? Something to really chew on.
Definitely. Thanks for taking this deep dive with us today.